everybody a chance to get notified.
Eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve.
Shalom, family. Thank you to the moderators that are here controlling the chat. We appreciate you. We'll get to our spot shortly so we can talk, get a better connection.
Izoria, Yabawa'a, Mayahawa, Shah, Shemayim, Warataza, La'a, Yelthan, Lamawat, Regalia, Yala'a, Nuam, Shashamoria, Hana, Yala'a, Nuam, Wala'a, Yashan, Shashamamor, Yasha'ala, Yahawa, Shamaria, Yahawa, Tizalia, Al, Yum Ya. Hashamash, Yala'a, Hakaya, Ayawam, Ala'a, Halagana, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarya, Rai, Yashamar, Yapasha, Yahweh, Yashamar, Habalakya, Wabawa'aya, Ma'aitha, Ma'ai, Awalam, Aman.
Hopefully the connection is going to get better now. Kind of stationary now. Give it a couple minutes to get situated. Shalom, family. Thank you again to the moderators. Appreciate you. Let me know if you guys can hear everything okay. Hold on real quick. Okay. Listen to a little bit of old boy's video again from this morning, on the live from this morning. The Sambo that's been put up to just, say all the things that these other nations have been wanting to say to us, right? And old boy was talking about how oppression Olympics is boring. Oppression Olympics is boring. So talking about the oppression of his supposed people is boring. I said that's what these people are. That's what they're down to at this point. Yeah, man, just talking about who's been oppressed more is boring. See, that's something that you guys have been pushing on us for a long time. You discount our oppression, but you put Ish's in front of ours every single day. You push that oppression of Ish like as if his was the worst ever. That wasn't boring then. It wasn't boring when you guys were doing that for Ish, right? But it's boring now that we are bringing up our history and bringing up the stuff that we've gone through. And I see if you people really understood, there is no oppression Olympics, right? Because we've gotten it the worst. That goes back to Daniel 11. Go read your Bible that Trump says he loves so much. Read Daniel 11 and 12. Nothing has been done as bad as been done to Jerusalem, to Israel. So there is no oppression Olympics. There is nothing to be compared to our oppression. But now there's nothing going to be compared to our rise. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to be identified anymore on my oppression. See, when we were coming out of our cursing, then we had to go back to figure out who we were by those curses. So that's how we were identifying ourselves, is through the curses. But see, now we're about to identify ourselves through the blessings. You are going to know who we are based off of the blessings that we are going to be receiving from our Father. You're already seeing these blessings. You're already seeing how we are the people, not based off of the curses that we've gone through, but now we are being identified through the blessings that we are receiving. All praises to the Most High. We are being now you're being able to see who we are by the light that we have. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's how you tell who we are now. We're not just slaves now, bruh. We're not just people who have bad luck and bad things happen to us. That's how we were identified before. Now we are identified by the blessings that the Most High is raining down on us every day. The only people that are bringing truth at this time are the people that have been blessed by the Most High. So that's how you're going to know who we are now. This is how you're going to be addressing me, and you're going to be seeing me from going forward. You're going to be seeing us as a nation. You're going to see that we are blessed not because we've gone through these curses, but because we have risen or are risen from the ashes. You see what I'm saying? We are now those valley of dry bones that have now come together, and we are now standing up in great boldness in front of those who have oppressed us. So you can go ahead and talk about the whole oppression Olympics. We already know who's, see, those things again, you are talking about things that we've already been discussing. We already know that we've gone through the worst. We already know that. You see what I'm saying? My email address is tribeofjudah0 at gmail.com. Okay? Tribeofjudah0 0 at gmail.com. Okay? So we are going to be recognized now through the blessings. See, you guys have lost your blessings in the other nations. Those blessings you guys have had for such a long time, that's how you guys were able to identify yourselves, was through the blessings, through our blessings, right? But see, now that that cup is switched, now we're going to be identifying you through the curses. We're going to be identifying who you are based off those curses in those books, because now that is your lot. You will now be addressing us. You'll be identifying who we are through the blessings that the Most High is now raining down on our people. And those blessings right now are mental, spiritual blessings that you're already able to see. You see what I'm saying? Now we're seeing you. We're seeing you. The curses are falling all on you. Those are the times that we are in. You know, I said, so you want to play like you still under the blessing? Go right ahead, bruh. You know, just like that dude. I swear that looked like that dude was reading a teleprompter. From this morning, if you look at his video, the way it looks like he's just reading a teleprompter, or like he was reading a teleprompter. Like he had his talking points that he was given, and he just told, hey, bro, you don't need to do, you don't do anything. You just read this. Read this right here. That's all you need to do. And it looked like he was just reading stuff. It looked like he was a president, reading teleprompters, you know, hitting all the talking points, because that's all y'all got left. Oh, you know, oppression Olympics, that's boring. That's your comeback? That is your comeback? That is your reasoning to why we should not get reparations? Because oppression Olympics is boring. But I didn't realize that we were here to entertain you. I didn't realize that, you know, our oppression was for entertainment. You see what I'm saying? I said, so that is it? Oh, because it's boring? You sound like one of my kids who, you know, oh, I don't like this because it's boring. I don't want to talk about this anymore because it's boring. I don't want to do this, Dad, because it's boring. I don't want to do my homework, Dad, because it's boring. Bro, how old are you? You sound like my 6-year-old. But then running around here like you are, I mean, like you got 500,000 subscribers, supposedly, and your comeback to try to talk about, oh, well, someone came after my colleagues and said that, you know, I'm talking about reparations, and he's a gang member and he 3 generations. I'm like, bro, who would do that? That doesn't even sound like a real person. You see what I'm saying? I said, but that's okay though. I said, oppression Olympics. I said, it's gonna be entertaining for us. It's going to be really entertaining when that shoe's on the other foot for us. You see what I'm saying? I said, because Most High said, and if you read Proverbs 1:26 and down, because of how the Most High is going to be laughing when you're in your calamity. So he's going to be laughing at your calamity. So therefore, your oppression Olympics is going to be funny to him too. Just like you guys have been laughing at our oppression. Look at those, they look at them, they're the Most High chosen people, but look at their gods, has left them. So now they're just, that's all y'all want. Y'all want us to entertain you. You see what I'm saying? That's what you guys seem to think, that we are here for your entertainment. But that's okay. That shoe's on the other foot now. So we're going to be looking at you and looking at things happening to you. And we're going to be like, okay, we're just going to be watching. I said, because this is exactly what is now falling on the other nations. This is exactly what's happening and falling on the other nations. I saw this video popped up on my feed. I might play it, I might not. We'll see. It's this Native American woman. And I guess someone went on went on her channel and put up the 12 tribes chart and tried to say that she was part of the 12 tribes. And she's like, well, none of the people here were from Abrahamic, whatever. None of them were Abrahamic. None of them were Israelites. So pretty much trying to disassociate herself from the Israelite movement, which I'm like, that's cool. No, see, this is the problem. See, now it's all starting to make sense. You guys just listen. When we first got into this truth, see, they're always trying to get us to include everybody into our group, or include all these different people into our group, and because they always want us to go out to other people to kind of force them into our group. I'm like, I'm not trying to force you into anything. If the Most High doesn't give you the spirit or this understanding, I said, then keep it moving. But she was like, oh, none of the people here. She was trying to break down all this stuff. I'm like, you're talking about Mexicans and natives, and I'm like, those are all bywords. You're right. And so is black. See, same old thing. You guys want to talk like, well, Mexican, it was like the Mexica and this and that. I was like, okay. I said, but you guys know before you were here, we were here. You guys do understand that, right? You guys even have a hard time understanding. She said, well, there's Africans. He also stuck. African is another byword. You see, they're not, if you're going to be claiming bywords when you say Mexican and natives and whatever else, and try to say like you're like going deeper than that, I said, then you better go a lot deeper than just that. Okay? Let's turn this around so y'all can see this sunset. It's beautiful over here. But like I said, I'm not trying to force anybody into this walk. If it's not for you, then keep it moving. She's just like, I'm not part of this cult, and I'm not part of this group. And I'm like, bruh, that's cool. I said, but it's kind of funny how you guys be tripping like this, okay? Because when you say that there were no Hebrews here, that is a bold-faced lie. Now, quick question. Y'all just saw how Putin brought out those pictures, right? The one of the Mount of Transfiguration when Yahushua transfigured in front of his people. And they show you that picture. I just showed it in a couple lives ago also from my book. You do see how everybody in there was black, right? They were depicting the Hebrews as black, right? Okay. So if then that was from the 1400s. That depiction of Yahushua and the Transfiguration was from 1400. So over there, they had plenty of pictures showing Hebrews as being so-called black people, right? Now, who did Columbus bring on his ship to interpret for him? Oh, he brought who? Hebrew interpreters. So see, you start putting this information together. It's like, okay, so you got over in Europe, you got pictures of so-called black people being Hebrews. 1492, Columbus comes over here, and he's coming over here with Hebrew interpreters. So what kind of people do you think he was figuring he was going to encounter when he came over here? So-called black people. So-called, well, not so-called, but Hebrew Israelites that looked just like us. And that's exactly who he encountered when he got here. So when Ogre was saying from all the way up from Canada, all the way down to South America, that there were no Israelites here, I was like, how the hell would you know? How in the hell would you know? Did you know every single person that was here? See, this is the problem when you guys are trying to make these absolute, discussions. You know what I'm saying? I was like, there's no way that you would know if there was nothing but all Hebrews here, or not one Hebrew here. But this is what happens, y'all. You guys are now lost in the sauce, and it's very easy to pick apart all of your arguments. Okay? I said now, because we have the Holy Spirit now. So all the stuff that you guys are going to be saying and bringing up, and your excuses for this, I said it's easy. Okay? It's easy. It's very easy to now break down and just destroy all your arguments. You know why, man? Because I said we have the Holy Spirit. She is here. She's not anything you're going to say. She's already prepared us. We have been so prepared. We're probably over prepared at this point. I said, because you guys already got that cup. You already have that cup. So we already realize the fact that you have no understanding whatsoever. You have no understanding about absolutely anything. All you're doing is still regurgitating all the same talking points that you guys have had for the last few hundred years. Now, again, that only worked really well when we were asleep. So that's why I said that's how you can tell. When we were under our cursing, we had no comeback. We had no understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly how it was. That's why you guys were in your blessing. See, now we're in our blessing. So therefore, all of the light now is coming from us because you only brought darkness in the first place. You never had any light in the first place. All you had was our stories told from your perspective with pictures of people that look like you. That was all that you had before. That's all. Now you don't even have that. We're taking that away from you too. No, we're taking those stories back because those are our stories. We're taking the depictions back because those were our people. You see what I'm saying? So now that you never had the Holy Spirit. All you had was silence from the Most High. That's all that you had. So therefore, when the Most High turned his face away from us and we didn't have the Holy Spirit, you had the floor. You had the floor for especially the last 400 plus years. Now that the Most High turned his face back to us and sent the mother back to us, now it is an utter wrap for you. This is why all you're going to hear from you are regurgitations of what we say. That's all that you guys have. That's why when old girl's like, oh, I'm like, she made some video talking about the 12 tribes chart. I'm like, well, see, you guys wanted us to include everybody. Y'all wanted us to go out and fight for everybody, fight for all Native Americans. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I said, but the natives have not said one word about who we are. And now all of a sudden, they're trying to go to court because they're trying to fight for the rights of black people. Because now they are shunning blood quantum. There's not a video I did a couple of days ago. It was yesterday morning, maybe. Now all of a sudden, I mean, this is ridiculous. You guys sound absolutely stupid. I said, because you now in 2024, now you're shunning blood quantum. You know why you're shunning blood quantum, right? All because all of a sudden the Israelites figured out your BS. Now your blood quantum BS is now all out in the open. See, all this stuff works just fine when we were asleep. I never heard about blood quantum until a couple months ago. Then I'm like, what? You guys are using something called blood quantum to keep us away from the stuff that was supposed to be ours in 1866 treaty? I said, what the hell? I said, and now all of a sudden you're shunning it? So you're telling me that it was okay from 1866, 1885, it was okay until 2024, and now you're shunning it. Now some of your people are shunning it, and some of the Cherokees are trying to get out ahead of some of these other anti-black native tribes. You see what I'm saying? All these pieces, Brother Sai, are coming together. I was like, oh, you ain't shunning nothing. I said, you now trying to get away from it. Is that what you call shunning? Trying to get away from your history? See, that's what all you people are. You're trying to shun your history. But see, it was okay in 2019. It was okay. Your history just fine 2019 and before. You guys were just fine getting all that money from the casinos, right, natives? You sound like you guys were totally fine getting that money from then and passing it to each other. You weren't shunning blood quantum then. But see, now all of a sudden, old boy talking about how a lot of natives are shunning blood quantum. No, they're not. No, they're not. You're not shunning anything. I said, if you were shunning it, you should have been shunning it before 2019. You should have been shunning it before because you knew it was wrong and you did it anyways. You did it anyways. So that's okay. Like I said, that now the Most High has a testimony against you. And he has a testimony against that clown from this morning too. Thinking he can somehow break down reparations in 4 minutes. And by saying stuff is boring. Oppression Olympics is boring. That's really what you got to say. That's really your whole breakdown. It's just stupid. Just, reparations is stupid. And one comment I wanted to kind of discuss is this, and now you're going to understand why they try to make sure that we all believe that we were from Africa. Okay? Because see, one of the people said in that video, one of their comments, well, I could understand the Japanese getting reparations because they were American citizens. But these black people, they weren't even citizens until 1865, until after slavery was abolished. I was like, so now you understand, we were just Africans. So therefore we didn't have any rights. So therefore you guys are looking for anything to justify your inhumane treatment of us so-called black people. So we weren't. That's another big reason as to why they keep pushing that we all came from Africa, because if we, like we say we are, no, if now we for surely know, since we are the rulers of these lands were given to us, okay, by the Most High. So since we've already have these lands are already ours, then you can't be like, oh, these weren't citizens. But if you say we're from Africa, then you can say we didn't have any rights. So then therefore, they could do whatever they wanted to us, and there's going to be no repercussions to their actions. You see what I'm saying? So now it's starting to make even more sense, because you guys, just like the Dred Scott case, where they said pretty much like when they established a country that we had no rights, that we were not included, in the Declaration of Independence. So therefore, we weren't even citizens. So therefore, we were not under the laws, which makes sense. But you see what I'm saying? But your guys' mental gymnastics and all the things you've done to justify the things that you've done to us are now not going to work anymore. And it doesn't really matter what you say to yourself. I said, because the Most High is not listening to you. Newsflash, Gentiles, I don't know if you guys understand this yet, but the Most High doesn't listen to you. The Most High has never listened to you. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think you guys quite understand this, but see, like last night when we observed Passover, we read from Exodus, but I also read from Jasher. I read the same section, but also read it from Jasher. Okay, and if you guys want to go if you have your Sefer, go to Jasher. Look up the section about the Passover period in the book of Jasher, and you're going to see like the Pharaoh was coming to the Israelites. I don't know if you guys understand this, Gentiles, but the Pharaoh was coming to the Israelites and asking them to pray for him. How is the most powerful king, the most powerful ruler in the world, coming to the Israelites, after the death angel came through, and he's like, hey man, just leave, but say a prayer for me. Why don't you guys don't quite grasp this whole concept? But the Most High, the real power of the whole universe, has a relationship with us. So therefore, since he has a relationship with us, he listens to our prayers. So that's why they were asking us to pray for them. So you guys think that you're going to be able to just ignore all the things that you've done to us, and that's what you guys have been able to do, and trick us into praying for you. You see what I'm saying? Now, the Pharaoh realized who had the real power, exactly. The Pharaoh realized that the Israelites were the ones that had the real power, because they're the only ones that have a relationship with the Most High. And you know what's going to happen? You're about to realize that too. You are about to realize all of that too. Just like the Pharaoh realized it, just like his people realized it. That's why when they left, they were just jacking everybody. Give me the silver. Give me the gold. Give me this. Give me that. Because really, it's payment for all the stuff you all have been doing to us. You see what I'm saying? Now, what do you think is about to happen to you? This is all prophecy that you're seeing going on right now. You see this awakening. You see, I'm looking at like other Israelite channels who are talking about things, and their numbers are rising, increasing every day. Why is that? And then, they can inflate your guys' numbers all they want. I said, because ain't nobody listening to your asses. Ain't nobody listening to the stuff y'all say. You see what I'm saying? I said, nobody's listening to you. You guys have already had your opportunity to lay on thick all the lies that you guys have been pushing out. And how do we know that people aren't listening to you? Because they have no faith in you. You just see that video I had the other day with that woman that was kind of like losing faith. She's just like, well, I've lost faith in my churches. I've lost faith in my government. We're getting punished for all the things that we've done. But of course, she never mentioned slavery. She never mentioned the things that they've done. I said, but she is not the only one. There are many people who have lost faith. That's a beautiful star up there. There are many people who have lost faith. So you trying to tell me that there's all these people now that are listening to the same BS stories that you've been telling them for the last 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years of their lives, and they're still listening to you now? See, they're not listening to you. That's why y'all got to fake these numbers. You got to fake the numbers like all these. Hey, how many times do I got to hear about white Jesus getting ready to come and save me? And he just hasn't done it yet. How many times am I going to go into your churches and listen to you say the same Easter sermon that you've been saying forever? You see what I'm saying? I said, these people ain't listening to you. That's why there's such a drop off in church membership, because they know that what you're bringing is a bunch of BS. They know what you're bringing is nothing but a bunch of lies. They already see it. They already know it. So you see what I'm saying? So since they already know this, you think that they're going to be listening to you? You're not telling them anything new. You know who's telling them something new that they probably haven't heard before or didn't want to hear? Us Israelites. You know, the only people that can actually break down the scriptures correctly? Yeah, that would be us. You see what I'm saying? So you guys are not bringing anything new. And as you can tell, all the people in your society are disillusioned. If what you're saying is true, and y'all waiting for some kind of a revival for what? What exactly would they be revived? You've never been alive. To revive is to like give birth once again. The only thing you can give birth to are more lies. And the only way you can give birth to more lies at this point is if the Israelites are not awakened. But since we are awake, trust me, there are way more people coming to our channels over here and listening to this truth and getting scared half to death. Because the Most High is also leading them here. The Most High is leading these people here because this is their opportunity to hear the truth. There has been a famine of the word as long as you guys have been on top. So long as you guys have been running things and been in charge, there has been a famine of the word. The famine of the word is now gone. The famine of the word, the stuff that you've been bringing out, it's a wrap. It's done. And there's no good old days or here again and whatever else. I said, because that's not going to happen. There's no kumbaya moment coming over where we're going to get together. I said, because light and darkness cannot exist together. So the fact that we are rising, just like the phoenix, you know, I said, the fact that you're seeing this happening right now means that it's the end of your term, the end of your era. And that is what all of this stuff is coming out right now about the April 8th event. See, that is all just a sign of the end of an era for you, the end of your era. As they should be, Silver Harmonics, they should be very nervous about this eclipse. Now, when you read these other books, like the book of Jasher, okay, there were supernatural events going on. There were supernatural powers that were bestowed upon the Most High's chosen people. The other nations knew exactly who we were. See, this is the whole thing. This is why the end of the Bible is all about a revelation. You guys have to make it into a war, into some kind of a battle, because you have been the ones that have been responsible for hiding everything. You are the reason why the Holy Spirit had to be sent here at the end, because you were the ones that hid everything, right? So that is the true meaning of the end times events. It is the last days, like we've talked before, the D-A-Z-E of Israel. And it's the beginning of the days, D-A-Z-E, of your people. You thought you knew something. You guys thought, and see, you guys are trying to fake all of these end times events right now. Oh, you know, Russia's going to do this. Hey, man, go to your bunkers. Oh, Russia called up another 150,000 troops. Okay. Ish sent some missiles and killed some famous chefs. Who cares? You know, oh, Ukraine's doing this. Oh, you know, it's like there's nothing but just fakeness to get us upset. And like Sister Pat was talking about fear. It's very true. I've been talking about this for a long time. It's all about like getting us afraid, getting us on that whole frequency of fear and feeding off of that. And see, there's no more fear. The more knowledge and understanding you get, the more you realize, man, you guys are pretty much clowns at this point. There's nothing to fear about you guys. I said, because you guys have nothing. You guys are nothing but a bunch of clowns. You know, you're not. You don't have any knowledge or understanding of the Bible. There's nothing new coming out of what you're saying. Yeah, a red heifer. The red heifer is going to do this, and you know, like the Bible has nothing to do with you. And every day that passes makes it more evident that the Bible has nothing to do with you. And I've been saying this for a while about, you know, the whole like time of the Antichrist has already passed. You know, I said it just didn't make any sense. Like we would have to go through all this other destruction and whatever else here in these last 7 years when the Gentiles have never paid And see, apparently they seem to think they never have to pay. I just love all those comments. I just like to look at the comments and just, listen to. I'm like, oh, you're marked. Oh yeah, you're marked. Yeah, oh yeah, you're marked. I love how the Most High is just having them go out with their talking points, and you guys just run to the comment boards and put up your stuff. I said, because all that does is just mark you. You guys just aren't even realizing the fact that the Most High is giving you an opportunity to embrace or some type of truth and admit some type of truth. And all you're doing is falling right back into the same cycle, the same racist cycle that you've always had. Some guys, oh, well, why don't you guys go ask for reparations for those Africans that sold you? Hey, you're marked. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's all that's going on is the marking of all of these other nations right now. You guys are all just getting marked every single day. You want to ignore all this information. Cool, ignore it. Just like, oh girl, oh well, I'm Native American and the Aztecs and the Mayans. I was like, you can't even claim being the original Aztecs. So I don't know what the hell you talking about. You cannot claim to be the little itty bitty people that they show today. I said as being the original Mayans. With what proof exactly are you guys making these claims? I said because on the walls there's a whole lot of black people represented as the Mayans and as the Aztecs. So you see, like, you guys just can't go around and just keep making these claims. I said without bringing any receipts. You guys are really good at actually saying a lot of stuff without bringing any receipts whatsoever. You see what I'm saying? You don't use the Bible. You don't use the scriptures. All of a sudden now all of you guys are talking about how the Bible is busted. The Bible doesn't make any sense. It's not true. Blah, blah, blah. I said before, yeah, but you had no problem with when the Europeans came over here and gave you the Bible. You didn't question them. Oh, because if you would have said something to them about the Bible not being true, they would have busted your ass, right? They would have opened up that Inquisition on your ass and would have burned you to death, right? All of a sudden now you're seeing that the Catholic Church doesn't have the power that it used to have before. So now you're saying things, but see, this is what I've always told people. It's not enough to realize that the Catholic Church is BS. It's not enough to say, oh, well, the Catholic Church or all these churches lie. Yeah, no shit. We know that. Okay, now what? What's the next thing? See, people then they just stop there. Say, why don't you go and study then, and why don't you go chase after the truth then? Once the Most High releases you from the fact that the churches are lying to you and everything, now what do? Now you need to go out and search for the truth. That's what happened with me many years ago. I realized the churches were lying, but then I started to search, and it's like the Most High made it so that with social media, you could get access to knowledge. But see, people just want to use social media for entertainment purposes. Yeah, I like a funny video. I like a funny meme. I like funny stuff on there also. I check that stuff out too. I said, but that's all that they want to do. You see what I'm saying? I said, next thing is to go start searching. Trust me, the Most High gonna put videos right in front of your face. He gonna put things right in front of your face, just like he did with me. And then once you started to get that part, it's like, okay, then you start to grow. Okay, you start reading, you start researching. I'm going to read the Bible for myself. I want to see what it says. Once you start realizing it says, my people, start using my people, Israel, my people. He's using things that show that these are his people. You know what I'm saying? And then you start to get more knowledge and more understanding. You see what I'm saying? And if you're really earnestly trying to search the Most High, all you got to do is take a step. I says, all you got to do is take a step. All you have to do is make an effort. Once the Most High knew that you start making an effort, he takes 2 steps towards you. You take 1 step towards him, he's taking 2 steps towards you. He's bringing out all this knowledge and information and understanding to you. And once you learn to really trust the Most High, then when he starts to really speak to you, you start to be quiet and listen. You'll start to listen, and then those voices that you hear, in your mind, you'll realize that you'll start to trust the fact that that's the Most High talking to you. That's the Most High giving you knowledge and giving you direction. You see, but it's very easy to get distracted in this society because that's what they want to do. As soon as you start to make steps towards the Most High, they'll find something to pull you back into this life. But once you understand that it's all a stage, I said, and you have to understand it to really trust, the mother that has been sent to you. Then you start to get more knowledge and more understanding. And like I said, right now, I said there's nothing that I would change, or I would not change anything that the Most High has done for me in my life, or to be in the position that I am in right now. All of the suffering and things that we've had to go through was well worth where we are right now. You see what I'm saying? Everything that we've all gone through here at this point was well worth it to be called to be in the positions that we are in right now. Didn't understand it before. I mean, didn't like understand why you didn't like. Didn't, many times I was just thinking to myself and talking to Most High. I'm trying to do what I want you to do, what you want me to do. I'm trying to follow you, Most High, but I'm sick. I'm tired. I feel like I'm looking at all these other people who are not doing anything that you want them to do. They're out here having a great time, eating pork, eating shrimp, partying all the time, and they don't spend any time with you. They don't try. They don't chase after you. Nothing. And I said, and I'm here sick, struggling, on my deathbed multiple times and things like that. And just, never complained, but just talk to the Most High, like, why is this? Why is that? Because it was a huge test. It was a huge test to be, to be tested, to say, hey, are you really about this? Because you can see there's been many people that have fallen off. All of us have seen it. We all got people around us that they start out in this truth and they just fall off. Or they start asking, a little thing, a little this, a little that, and they ask some questions. They seem like they're interested, and within a couple of days or a week, they're right back to doing what they were doing before. You know what I'm saying? I said, so because that's the Most High testing your heart and testing the fact that are you going to be down with me when times are rough? Other people around me saw me sick and whatever else. I'm sure they were like, oh, thank God I'm not him. Thank God I'm not in his position. Woo, thank God the Most High didn't give me that sickness, or he didn't give me that trial. I said, but I was like, I knew that it was all the plan of the Most High. Because like I said, right now, trust me, I would not trade anyone else's great times that they've had in the past or whatever else. I would not trade that for, or what they're doing even now. I said, I would not trade that for anything that the Most High is blessing us with now. This knowledge and understanding is undefeated. It just opens up your eyes to where you can really live with joy. Yes, things are falling apart all around us, but we know that the Most High has us. When things were falling apart for us before, he had us. When our lives were falling apart, he had us. He was there with us the whole time, right? See, now it is switching. Not switching. It has switched. It has switched. It is not something that we have to hope for in the future. You already see that these pastors and priests have no understanding whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? I said they have no understanding whatsoever. So like I said, it has already switched. I said their blessing is done. That guy talking about the oppression Olympics is boring. That is what these people are reduced to now. They're reduced to just silly arguments against reparations. Oh, that's just boring. So it's supposed to be entertaining, talking about who has suffered or how much suffering we've. Talking about our suffering is now boring. You know what I mean? I've said talking about the suffering of the Most High's chosen people is something that's just boring. So we should just skip over that and find something that's entertaining. Yes, Israelite by blood, getting us all ready for a time like this, right? Getting us all ready for a time like this. And it's an absolutely beautiful time indeed. For the vast majority, well, for us Israelites, but for the vast majority of the world, for Psalms 83, I said it is a terrifying time. See, when you read the book of 2nd Esdras, it talks about how this world is made for the many, but the world to come is made for the few. Well, you get a great understanding about that right now. How is that? Because this world of the many, this world that we are existing in right now, is for Psalms 83. It's for all the people that have made a covenant against the Most High and his people. That's why I said that this world was made for many. So that's why they have their dollars, they have their money, all right? Because this world was made for them. But the world to come, the new era that is coming, is made for the few. It's made for Israel, all the ones that Psalms 83 was against, and the Gentiles that have been cleaving to us. That is what this is really meaning. So you really understand, like, this world is made for the many. Yes, it was made for Psalms 83, the many, all the people that were confederate against the Most High and His people, right? And the world to come is made for few, you know. Yeah, the Israelites, the one that they went against, and the cleaving Gentiles. That's what it's made for. Well, trust me though, Psalms 83, you're gonna be in it too. But you know how we were in your world and the stuff that we had to go through while we were in your world when it was your time? Yeah, that's what happened to you. Double. So we're gonna still be existing in the same world and doing the same, but it's gonna be definitely trading places. You see what I'm saying? I said it's gonna be a trading places. So that's why, like, all these people keep saying, like, you just want free money. Y'all just want you. What makes you think that your monetary system is going to continue? See, that's the whole thing you all don't understand. We don't care about your money because that's your system. That is your world. This world was made for many. So therefore, the money also goes with that. Okay? So the only people that were going to get this money were people who were going to be down for your system. Okay? Hold on real quick. Okay. Okay. People who were made for your system, right? I said, we're not for your system. So the only thing you guys can offer as far as some type of like restitution is money. Only thing you guys can offer, hold on real quick. Okay. Only thing you guys can offer as far as reparations, okay, is money. Okay, are things that go along with your blessing. See, that's your blessing. That's not our blessing. So therefore, you can keep all your money. People were, they were on that whole reparations thing. They were all, they just want money. They just want. I'm like, bro, we don't want any of your money. I don't quite understand what you guys are. Your money means nothing. How much longer do you really think you have with your money? How much longer do you think that your money is going to be something of value? See, the Most High, everything only works when we are asleep. Once we are awake, that means that all of your whole system is about to be worth nothing, right? So, and that is where we are right now. That your money, your society, all the stuff that you could have tried to give us in order to start to pay back your debt, you weren't going to do, because that's Psalms 83 money. That's Psalms 83 blessing. And that's not what the Most High is that's not what He expects. That is not what He wants from you. If you're not sure what He wants, like I said, go read Numbers 35:33. Go read Jeremiah 30:16. Most High lets you know exactly what it is He wants from you. And it's not your money, your fiat currency, all that stuff that you just be printing out of thin air. That is not what the Most High wants from you. You're going to find out really soon what He wants from you. We've already talked about it many times. And He doesn't want money, because your money is worthless. When the Most High wrote this Bible, when he was dictating this information to His prophets, was your money in existence? Your money was not in existence at that time. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, He could not have been saying that you're going to be paying for what happened to Israel with your money. But your soul was in existence. Your vehicles, these bodies, was in existence. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about money. That's what you guys seem to think that everybody wants. It's funny because you guys act like you have something that everybody wants. We don't. But see, that's all that you can offer. You can't offer anything else. There is no, spiritual recompense that you can give us. There is no knowledge that you can impart to us. Okay? Everything that you have of ours is going to be returned. Our books, our land, our way of life, our people, all of that, our gold, our silver, all of that is going to be given back to us. And it has nothing to do with you. The Most High is going to make you give us everything that you took from us. But like I said, those chimes are on the way. April 8th is coming very quickly. It is an end of your era. Your era is quickly coming to an end. You got about 4 or 5 more days, and you guys always want things to happen like right then. Things are going to happen on the Most High's calendar. But if you can't already tell that you've already lost control, I mean, I walk around looking at people and you can just see like there's no joy in their lives. They're living, but they're not really living anymore, because they know that what you all the stuff they've been living is nothing but a lie, but they've been able to hide it with money and events and them living up over us and everything else. But now that's a wrap. So you can just see that they're not happy. People are not happy anymore. It's like everybody wants to tell us the truth. You can kind of see it, like they want to say something, but something keeps them from saying something. I see it all the time. But that's exactly what happens when you've taken the bag, when you've made a covenant with the other nations. And so now, some people might want to say the truth, but they can't. But that's okay, because the Most High is going to make you all yell it from the rooftops really soon. How do I know this? Because the Bible says so. In the land where they said you are not the people, there you will be known as the children of the Most High. So even though you're not saying it yet, some people are kind of saying it here and there. It's going to get to the point where everyone is going to be bursting out saying that you are the people. And that's exactly what is on the way. Great hanging out with everybody. Much love to everyone. Shalom.